I started out working for the company after really about in junior high school, probably about the 10th grade. And in lieu of allowance, I got to file castings and cut steel bars.
My parents' relationship is unique. You know, they've been married since my mom was 17 and my dad was 20. So they've, you know, grown up together.
They met and married each other so incredibly young. And parts of them really haven't gone beyond that 15 to 18-year-old, because my mom still gets mad. He said he was going to call at 7 o'clock, and it's 7 o'clock, and he hasn't called me yet.
He was driving a car, a 57 Chevy, it was a lilac colored, and it said, "Come go with me" on the side, because at that point everybody had to paint their car with a slogan. And so I did. It was one of those Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello type of meetings.
I remember we went cross country to Texas, then we went to Chicago, and then we went down to Florida. And a cargo van that carried like all their samples and things like that. And my sister and my brother and I, we all rode along in lawn chairs. That was what we rode. That was day, you know, before you didn't really have to wear seatbelts. So we all had lawn chairs, and I remember we were all hoping for my dad to take a sharp turn to make all the lawn chairs, you know, kind of thing. And I remember that my mom would carry like all her pots and pans to cook dinner with on the top of the car. We kind of looked like that Beverly Hills Bullies kind of people going across country.
Our whole life was our business, and we had to combine everything we did, any kind of vacation we took, any kind of extra enjoyment with the business.
We would usually take the company furniture van and load it up and go camping, and I think those are my favorite memories.
Bob would make the furniture, drive the furniture to deliver it, and we would deliver it to shows. And some of the manufacturers that were in a whole lot better position than we were in permanent showrooms, they'd all their salesmen would come out and watch us drive up in the truck and point to us.
Bob would oftentimes deliver furniture to the stores, and you know, he'd be unloading it, and I'd go by the store and they'd say, "Oh yeah, a nice guy came by and your delivery guy was here." "Oh, it was Bob Lee." "Oh."
One of the things that, quite frankly, has made me the proudest was when Brian, my son, won the award for his Del Coronado for the best design, because it did give us a unique look. It was a fresh look, and it pretty put us in a different category. It gave people a reason that it was the only making that type of furniture at that time. So I think that was a turning point.
At that point, the company was quite a bit smaller, and it was really my parents and myself and not too many other people. And we recognized at that point that this could be something that could really bring us to the next level. We got a few international accounts on the design, and it was a springboard to a lot of our success.
I think the best way to describe Bob and Beverly is like they're practically part of your extended family.
They're incredibly hardworking, they are sincere, they're self-deprecating, they're leaders by example.
I mean, they really went above and beyond to make sure that what OW Lee did, they delivered a promise of quality and satisfaction to the end user, through the dealer all the way to the consumer.
They don't like to put a show on about themselves. They kind of like to, they're humble, I guess is the right word.
My favorite thing about my dad would have to be his laugh.
There's a hearty laugh. I certainly, if I were a comedian, I would want Bob Lee sitting in the front row of the show, because he would be the one that would be picking up all the laughs.
They would ask us out to dinner, and we would gladly accept, and the Lees would go with us, you know, Mr. and Lee would go with us. So one year, about 5 years or so, I'm sitting in the showroom, and we're going out to dinner with the Lees that night, and I turned to Mr. Lee, and I'm like, "Mr. Lee, where are we going to dinner tonight?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to dinner with you tonight." And I'm like, "Why not? Why aren't you going to dinner with us?" And he's like, "Well, this year you graduated from a B account to an A account, and they only let me go out with the B accounts." Ha 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 ha, you know, it's a big old laugh. And I thought, that's Bob Lee, and he's probably telling the truth. They probably did tell him that.
I think Bob and Bev really deserve this award for all the years that they put into growing OW Lee as a company, and what that company has done for the casual furniture industry.
They're a pioneer in the industry. They've stuck it out, and my grandfather along with it, them just starting it, sticking with it, changing with the times.
I think over the years they have worked quietly and a lot of times very unassuming in what they've done to achieve the goals, and it's like they've never been out asking for an award, but they've sincerely worked hard to deserve it.
They have really spent their entire life in the industry and developing their company to be an important part of the industry.
I'm so excited that they're getting this award, and I think that they will be remembered for being the real thing in our industry.
On a really personal level, I mean, Beverly eulogized my father at his funeral, and he loved him very much. And he would be so proud to see them getting this award.